Welcome back to Timberborn and our Fortitude playthrough, Beaver Book 3. So, last time we got our engines running, well, the wheels, I should say. Unfortunately, at the moment, we are in a drought, so nothing is actually going. Now, obviously, I've got this here still. If I needed some planks and things, I would obviously start that going, but at the moment, we are okay. Water is going down, but it's not in dire straits at the moment. I'm starting to build this next, if I can select it. The next wheel here. Obviously, I could link these wheels together. I'd have to link it to the front door, and I can't link it to the side. So I'd have to come down here and do a little thing for that, but that's fine. Now we can start to think about this. Now I've got enough for this, like I said, this fluid idea. Remember, this is all, like I said, it's all just no, it'll be terrain, won't it? No, it won't be water. This mechanical marvel of engineering. Although it does need 700, and I'm not actually quite sure what these will produce. So while we're in this drought, which we are, obviously that's now been built. I'll get rid of that. I think they'll be able to build this one. In fact, actually they'll be able to build all of them apart from this one, like I said here, but it's diagonal, so theoretically, and I do mean theoretically, I should be able to do something like this and connect all of that system together, which will leave the power out, because this won't. This here, I'll probably only need one, where I've now got 4 going, which is awesome. I think I better get this running, actually. I think that if I was to put this one under here, now I know that obviously I need to do something about that. We're still obviously getting some of this going with our water, because this water here is irrigating this situation here for our cannoli. I think that's how it's pronounced, cannoli. Or karabi. It's karabi, not cannoli. Sorry about that. Why I call it cannoli, I don't know. I was thinking there that I might be able to get this water in here, which will obviously irrigate a little bit more by doing. Do I have enough metal? I'd have to get down there. That's the problem. And I've just well, we'll leave it for now. We'll definitely leave it for now. I want this to be done. We're starting to get our water situation. I need to get this water up and running, like I said. That I've got enough when I've got enough beavers. I've got 5 homeless here, so they haven't got to hear them. We've got 600. We could do we could do a home here and let them do that. That'll help the situation for them. Again, I've got a, you know, like I said, I've got an enormous amount of, let's go to a 2. I've got an enormous amount of inventors here. But because I'd overbuilt the problem with the food, it's going to come in and bite me. Now, obviously we've got these here, and these are, well, practically empty. That means I've only got the berries as a backup, and the berries are coming back through again. And I'm purposely, I'm going to purposely get them for obvious reasons, because if I don't, this might go down until I can stabilize this here. A lot of this is but there's no waves. I've got no storage of actually anything, which is a problem. So we'll do a couple of medium of these. Not that one. They're around here somewhere. I know they are. There. And we'll do that again. And force these. I want these to be built for obvious reasons. I think I can get another one in here actually as well, because that's got no... That way they're not travelling. They're not travelling too much to... Obviously we've got some logs here, so that'll build this. I'm going to wait till they're... it's their night time until they go, and then I'm going to blast this up. Now I think, like I said before, that I'm going to have a look to see if we've got everything before I do this. $32 treated, yep. 25. No, I haven't got the metal. That's the problem. I'm not going to do that until I've got the metal here. I've got enough gears and I've got enough treated planks, but I've got no of the metal to actually do it. So this should be better now. Now this should be able to not have to go too far in here, which is good. We've got 5 days left, and this is surprisingly low. We might even get close to running out of water here. I must admit, it's going to be a bit of a touch and go, because I didn't get a chance to get all the water. That's why I'm obviously building this, because I can pump this huge amount. Obviously, this gives me an extra 5, which I've only got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't pump them unless I need to, you know. And I'm obviously pumping this to keep this up, which I don't mind doing. I don't want to pump this, so it's important to keep that going. I will. Oh, they're actually going around there. That's quite that's quite funny. I don't even think I need that one now. I just need this one. So we'll get this built quick as we can. We have no. Oh, I've got no. That's a bit of a problem. I'm full with resin. Again. And I'm going to put some storage up here, I think, for the resin. And that'll cure that one. Logs is definitely something that we need to be doing on here, but obviously I need to get this going. Right, that should have now got that going again. We'll get obviously this built. He might, yeah, he can travel up once he's got that, and that he doesn't need any more. I'm actually going to cut these two here. It's because I've got so much thing, but I'm running out of logs, so I might as well get them to be cut. I've got so much that I can use for the tapper shack that I might as well not even have that. Now I've got over 500 in resin. I'm keeping an eye on this food. This food is still high, but obviously here it's not. I'm definitely not making any more. Hopefully they're going to die. Yeah, I'm going to... we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them have gone, which has reduced the food consumption quite considerably, which is what we don't want to do. And obviously that means it's also using less water as well. But we have got this. It's low, but it's going to last a while. We've only got 2 days left. I can't see that it's... This is going to need fill-in, so I think we're okay. We still got the 2,500. Now I think I might be wrong, but I think I need the power shaft here, and I need something like this. I think this will work. But we can test my idea. No, it won't work. Because no, it won't work. Because Pigs has decided to put that right in the way, which is now a problem. I did a boob, and I got about the central pillar, which was a little slightly embarrassing. What I need to do then, the only option I've got is to put a levee in front of there and take these two out. That allows me to, I think what I can do is draw power to this and then put power to the dirt excavator. Now I've got like 6,000 in, you know, like I said, 6,000 in plant crops. This should get us to where we want to be. But they're not actually wanting to build up this at this precise moment. We should be set to... that's why. Let's force this to have 4 in and not 2. That's good. Once I've got this water going, I could also do... I could do the large water if I really wanted to. If we go to the storage. But I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need a huge amount more metal. I've got the metal. I've got the scrap, but I just don't have any power to actually power the thing. But obviously I'm getting these going, and then I'm giving some beaver power, because otherwise I'm going to be needing other things, especially for this, because I need plank central. That's why I didn't want to get rid of it. These should be full. This should be full. This needs to be all full at the workplace. It's so important to get this water going. And see if I can... Because there's just absolutely no way of getting a larger water. See, there we go. Now we've just lost all the water. So now we're on the water from here. I've still got a bit left, and we've got 0.3 of a day, so we should be fine. And obviously this is going to fill up quite rapidly, so I'm going to do... Whoa, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. I just lost a bit of water there. I was supposed to not do that until the water came back. Never mind. Never mind. These are going to die in 1.7 a day, so we should be fine. It'll take a little time for this water to actually start coming back out again, but we should be fine. Once this starts, now it starts flowing like that, I'm going to open this. And the reason why I'm opening this is so it can get to this. Otherwise, we're going to have a problem. Interesting. I've got that I could utilise somehow. Yeah, the drought is going to be the thing that I'm going to need to think about how I'm going to... This tends to push this water this way, and then this goes this way. It's like, which way do I actually try and get this water to go? I mean, this might be a way of what might be a great way is turning this off and putting a tunnel through there, so it tunnels through that section there. It's not nice, because obviously it's going to do that, but we still got to get over that, and I've still got to get this right now. Theoretically, if I did that, let's now try this again, because I'm a douchebag. There we go. So this is now going to go and sit on there. This theoretically should transfer power to the dirt excavator. Yeah, I said theoretically. No, I can't pause. They can't walk on that, I don't think. Can they get to it? Well, they can get down here, actually, and get these two. So, let's get that going. Obviously, now the water. Now I need the dirt excavator, which I'll need an enormous amount of treated planks for. But I'm going to need an enormous amount of logs. We can see the irony here. I want that to be absolutely blitz all of that. Hopefully this has come back now. Yes, it has. This is, yeah, see, I thought this might happen. So much of that, unfortunately, is being killed off. But it is what it is. We eventually could get... What we could do is we could clean this up, and in the landscaping get... I think they can have it in here. impermeable floor, irrigation barrier. Which is what, yeah. So they can have an irrigation barrier. So you can get them in here. I wasn't too sure where you could. So we need a treated plank and we need a log. I think that might be something. This'll then I'll be able to get more. Oh, why is that blue? That should be blue. Oh, because it's not open, is it? Let's set that to about 65. Well, get out! Don't get yourself. That is definitely definitely high, that's for certain. What we need to do is blast down this area to reduce the reflow from here, and maybe do that. So that's the next time when the I'm gonna increase that and get the water to go up over this again, so we can get these going. And hopefully we'll be able to strap ourselves with all this water and get all this going. I won't be getting any more science, I don't think, but that's fine. How are we doing with this? Oh, we're doing not too bad. Yeah, they can do that then. And do that, and they can do that. So yeah, they can walk on this then. I wasn't too sure whether they could or they couldn't, but that's an idea. So this one's going to come from here. So we're going to have that, and then that. Then I'm going to have this. Unfortunately, can't do that. I shouldn't need to get over there, so that's why I'm not particularly bothered about that. And that then should I do it to there? And yeah, I might actually do it no, because that's I'm trying to do it in a way that I don't quite use as much as these. And it doesn't look absolutely terrible. That line, that wouldn't work. But we can put I think I'd rather put this in there and this in there. So the power could come from there. Not there, and not there. That would then be a complete nice straight line. Like I said, I'm not using this, so it doesn't really make much of a difference anyway. And then that power would be there. And then we'd have that, and then we'll let that just amble along. We've got quite a bit. 1700 power. And we're only using 700, so we've only got 1,000 left. That takes 700, so we're not doing too bad. So it's not really a bad. When it's a bad water, it would actually be faster. But that's okay. I can deal with that. As long as it's supplying more than we've been needing, I don't really care. It's not really much of a problem. Now I'm actually getting a huge amount of water in. In fact, I'm getting so much water in. I need to push this down to about 85. Obviously this is flooding. No, it's not flooding. Can I get... No, I can't really get a beaver in there either. I'd have to move one of these. Why is that? That can go. And I think this can almost go as well. Yeah, because he can't reach anything. But he can only reach to there. But he can reach... I'll get rid of these then. And we'll build another lumberjack closer. And get that going. Because we want all of this. Might as well have it all. There's no point only having a certain amount of it. I'd like to feed this bad water away from this. Like I said, I'd like to. Well, the problem being is then I'm doing that, but it's not really alive anyway. But it would be nice to. Where is that going? Well, it must be going somewhere. It's coming down here. It's coming around. And then it's going back out. Huh. And that's coming from that source there. I'd like to try and keep this as a decent, you know, as nice bit of logs. See what I can do with that. I mean, we could change the floor. Block this off. This would then give me nice access to clean water. As opposed to dirty water. What's wrong? Nothing in range. Oh, have I not put the cut on there? Cut trees. No, I have not. Now there is. There's a bit more logs going in there. Why aren't you picking up the cannoli? You are, but very slowly. I've got down to 72. I've had some more die. I'm going to keep going down to about the 60 mark. Obviously, this now is starting to increase again. I've still got enough, as you can see here, even with the beavers. This section's gone, but I've still got tons of beavers to go through. Until I can get source of everything. Is that built now? No, that is actually built. Let's consider. I've done it again. I keep looking at the wrong one because I think it's a Atlantean thing. This. I still need the... I've got 25 now. I've got 20. So we'll do that. By the time this is built, we should have all of this. $3,000 in water. So my water situation is basically getting stabilized now by all the beavers that are absolutely chucking this water in their thing. I just want all this full. I'll then consider this storage as well. But I think I'm going to need another smelter on there. Well, the smelter's not even working, so that's a bit of a problem. The explosives, 26. Yeah. I'll pause that. This isn't working and this isn't working. So that now is going to work. I'll pause this lot. So what I was using in there, I'll gain back anyway. Now the only slight problem, like I said, with that is this. I'm going to need to... The next build is definitely the Dirt Excavator. There's no two ways about that. But we need 3,000. Well, I need 2,000 for that and and the extra for that. I also would like the impermeable barriers, so I could do an impermeable barrier over there, but I may eventually get rid of this line. That should reduce that by quite, and it actually might speed up this floor. So that's good. But like I said, so the landscaping, I mean, we're eventually gonna have tunnels, I think. But if I have this way, I think I can get away with it this way. Whereas you can see there, it's going to connect in. And then I would have some sort of... In fact, what I'll do is I'll build it now. I think there would be where I want it. Let's go back to landscaping. I think that's... Yeah. So this little notch here... where are you? There. I'll pause this. Because then it'll allow... Because otherwise I won't be able to build that. I'll have to do a... I think I'll have to do that. And then we'll get the... Well, no, it's not going to build from there though, is it? It's going to have to be higher up. Wait a minute. This might not be what I want. Let's go back to landscaping. Oh no, it is green. But what? How come that's green then? Well, that's in water. That's bizarre. Has that changed? I'm not going to take the... In fact, I'm not even going to take the chance of that. I'm quite surprised that that's green. And it wouldn't... I didn't think that would work because it's in water and it shouldn't work in water. Well, submerged in water is what I mean, not working in water. It's submerged in water, which it clearly is, but it's not there. That means it's higher than the... Because normally them little teethy things, them diagonals, wouldn't work. Right, so that's given me the 2,000 dirt iron. That would... I shouldn't have built that because then now we can't get to that. But we'll get to that though by doing the power here. We'll be able to, should theoretically be able to walk over that. And we do have ladders in this. Okay, so I don't think a ladder. Yeah, see, a ladder will not go on there. So that should be that then. Now, obviously, that's a path there. So it might pay us to utilize this scenario. Is it going to be like? It flipping is. I know it's obviously using quite a substantial amount of planks. But at least it's straight out and not having to walk around any of this. I am quite happy with that. That's, it says it's fine. The funny thing is that uses 700, but the extractor only uses 200. That's ridiculous. Obviously, treated planks, I'm going to need a massive amount of treated planks. If I'm going to need a massive amount of treated planks, I'm going to build another one. I do have the gears for it. How many gears? No, they're only using 25 of them. Let's. Yeah, it will fill it up. Let's just allow it to fill it up. I've got 5 that I need for that. And they are actually doing it, although it feels incredibly slow. Bad water approaching, that's fine. With this bad water, this will actually increase in speed. Or it should do. Which will obviously power the industry a bit more. I'm going to pause that one. Because I want to get this built first. And this is going to dump water in this channel, like we said. I'll also... I think I can do some of this. Yeah, I can do some of that. I can get this one, diagonal, this one. I just want to make, obviously, this flat as possible. So get more water in it. Right, now we should see I'm absolutely full of water, so I'm going to pause these. I'm also going to push this up to 2 to block this off. I've got 11 days, and I'm going to pause every single one. Still not got full water though, still about 800 behind. Oh, these should act. There you go, see. I've got an extra 1,000 now because of this going in here. Which will, unfortunately though, I don't want that to run. I'm going to build it, but not run it. I'm not going to actually finish this, actually. I'm going to... get that to build. The reason why is because I don't want to nick the water out of there. And I need the metal. I also need a way of... If I'm going to utilize this block, this here, they can't get up there. Oh, I suppose I could do a ladder. Where is that? That's a bit of a down. It's empty that time and empty that time. I need to empty them because I need a way of getting up to this here. If I'm going to take this down and utilize this little block here for another smelter. Which is okay. That's going to die now. Where's that coming from? It's coming from here. I still think we could mess with this floor. We could blast this down. Put a... let's say... I don't want it in there. The problem is it's coming out of here as well. Say a contamination barrier. And force it to go the other way. Because this then... put some contamination barriers on there and say don't go past this if you're that. Would it allow it to flow the other way? I'm not too sure though, that's the problem. That is the problem. That now is gone. We've got a couple left there, and that's it. Because this is... okay. I'm still gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do some. I'm gonna have to unlock the contamination barrier, and because of the with this where this goes, I'm gonna have to put some contamination there and some here as well. Because obviously this is food. It's just absolutely crucifying my food, which we can't have. I've got no planks. Why have I got no planks? Why are you not doing any planks? Just do planks. Give me some planks, boys. Give me some planks. Yeah, that's getting in. Obviously, this is plank central, so that's the reason why that's causing an issue. But I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I think it's going to work. I want to get the explosives going for next time, and I want to get over there when there's a drought. Because the drought will stop this as well. And then I want to blow this up here, and then that might reduce the level. It'll reduce the floor, although it might cause a little bit of a problem here. Although we could open this floor, and this might then force it to go a different way. Too far from a district, apparently. Well, not anymore. And we need all that anyway. I'm going to need another one. Bearing in mind, I haven't got the extract yet, so I've got no extract to be able to get anything that's above 1. So we'll clean this a little bit out. It'll just give us a bit more water when we run this. Still got not enough planks, because obviously our plank situation is dire. This is because obviously I'm absolutely creaming them from here. Treated planks, treated resin. I've got tons of resin. I'm really, yeah. And see, now I'm going down on the food. Sorry about that. Stretching and everything. We've still got tons of action. Yeah, and the inventors, I'm absolutely, I'm deciding to say, right, I'll disable everything and that. 3,000 in water. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. That now can have a ladder on when it's ready to have a ladder on. We shall open up this to have another smelter on. Until I get this built, I'm not going to bother with that because I don't want to. Because I'll stop this section here otherwise. So I'll stop the planks, and the planks are the important things. I need all the planks for this. It's too far from a district. Oh yes, it would be too far. Until they can walk on there, they won't be able to do this one. I didn't need all of that apparently, but I'm still unsure about whether that will work. I'm not taking a chance. I'd rather have it out of the water. The only trouble is they can't get in there, which now they can. Now I've connected that to that. It's a bit of a trauma, but it does work. And at this moment, this is all we care about, that it's working. I'm saying there would be an option to get a second one in, but I don't think there would actually. I don't think it's wide enough. It would be if I redesigned this and maybe made this walkway this way, and then you could get a second one on there and tie them two together again. But as I say, we get a massive amount of energy when there's bad water coming out of here. It powers everything. I've got no more explosives, so I'm going to have to get some. I might as well fill up with that, seeing as that's there. And we'll get the explosives going, because it's not doing anything else. Oh, apparently I've got one water book working now, which I wasn't expected to be working, but now it is. It's when the 30 days hits is when the big ones are going to hit, and I just need to make sure that I've got enough water. And obviously this is where I'm going to store it. That was the whole point of it. That was exactly the point of getting this going. I think I can potentially do something with this and force this to come down here. I know you could do a weird fluid dumpy system because the fluid dump will only go up this wall so far. So I'd have to have a fluid dump, and then I'd have to have like of a tray, and then another fluid dump, which then would obviously fill this up, which will be quite interesting. But it's where to draw the power from. That's the Achilles heel with this. This one's easy because obviously it's out the way and it's close to this, but not fully close. I am stabilizing-ish. I still cannot get enough, obviously, food. How many berries? Let's enable the berries, because we want to get the berries in, if we can get the berries in. I'm in this lot. Yeah, see, I've died. There's some died again. How far are we from getting... let's just enable these 6, but that's it. And I'll keep an eye on these for future, because obviously I've got no kits. Once I've got things, I'll turn them off and then wait. And then that way we should be fine. Yeah, it's a bit annoying that... why are we not producing... Yeah, scrap metal. Is my scrap metal out? Have I got no scrap metal coming through? Why have I not got no scrap metal? Is it all run out? No, it's not all run out. I'll tell you what might be a better idea. If I can find some space, let's... It's going to cost me, because it does, hauler post. Let's have a hauler post. No, let's just build that one. What I'll do is I'll set that on for the scrap metal. And then the haulers will go get the scrap metal for this, because there's just no scrap metal whatsoever. I don't think I've even got any place that I'm putting it either. Apart from the stuff up there, which is what the problem is. Where are we, where are we, where are we? Not too sure, not too sure. Yeah, there's scrap metal there. Which is there. There. Oh, we have got scrap now. See, this is the thing of finding a damn thing. Well, there is scrap now. So why aren't you actually... Oh, no, because it's relatively miles away from here, isn't it? That's why. So it's working, but it's not really working that fast. I would actually be tempted to put this on as well. I know I'm going to lose some inventory, but I'm not that much worried anymore. We can now get the terrain. So that's another 1,000. Oh, I think that was 1,000. Yeah, yeah, it was 1,000. We want the tunnels as well, but that's highly expensive. And I said about running the power, the centrifuge, and I redesigned this because I don't understand why I did stairs and not a ladder, but what the hell? 2,000. We've got to 2,400 in water, but I've reduced the amount of beavers that I've got. So that yeah. See, now the cannoli is going upwards, which is what I was wanting to do anyway. And we've got almost. We should have. Once I get 6, I've got 2. I'll turn them off. Because I don't want to go too far down for obvious reasons. Because then I can't run anything. But I think I've reduced that by a good 12. But if you think 12, That's 36 food a day. That's the reason why that's gone back up again. So it's an important thing to have. It's an important, you know, it's important to... and if you see here, we've got 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 when that one gets back. So there's still 12 beavers that are in the inventors. So they're overflows, remember. So they're not actually... Well, they're in the game, but I don't class them in the game, if you get what I mean. I'll have to turn this off manually when we get a drought as well. That's another thing I'll have to do. I'll get rid of that. And then we'll do this. We'll do this because we can flatten this, and then I'll have to get in there. I can do this. And this, and this. This. So that's made that a lot deeper. I think it's actually right at the bottom. Yes, it's right at the bottom. So that is as far as down as it can go. There's a possibility for obviously increasing the size of it and coming down here as well. Worst scenario. This will make this all quite nice. I just need more metal. I just cannot get enough metal in here to power this lemming thing. They are at 100%, but they don't seem to be powering a hell of a lot for my liking. I only have half the amount of planks as well. Even though I've got this running, at least I think I've got it running. Looks as if I've got it running, and I've got the gears running as well. I haven't got any gears left, so I'm gearless, which I'm okay. Obviously, I do not have enough to have this running, so I'm going to pause this because I need that needs metal as well, and that's just taking me metal for that. I wonder why it wasn't doing it. I'll push this on. Primarily because when this starts, I can pause it. Because I don't want it to go. Well, it won't go actually because of this here. I paused this one. So it won't actually work. So that's fine. But we'll obviously... we just need 4 metal blocks. And everything's good. I can't believe I turned that on. Really annoying. Well, that's been done. Did that just do one? No, it didn't. Right. Let's have a nosy at the water in here. We've got 4 days. I'm a bit dubious about this. So I'm going to put these on and fill this back up again. I'll turn on this section. And we'll have water pumping just to get it back going. Because obviously if I'm going to pump this and it's going to take it from these, it will absolutely capitulate my water. Because it does. But I just want to make sure that this does not dry out. And as we can see, it's getting a bit low. That will not last 4 days. So by doing that, it will... put the water back in, but it'll absolutely capitulate the water. Now I've only got one inventor working, but that's fine. No, don't care about that. I've got another one. This is like watching paint dry. I'll turn these up. Don't need this going because I've got 300 of that. Right, is there anything else that I can actually do? No. We've got 3. One of these must have restarted again. You can't restart it again. How did that restart again? Unless they were filling that up quite substantially. Obviously, the berries are for this, so so. Oh, we're end of. I apologise profusely again. I told you I get so wrapped up in this game, I forget even how long I'm playing it. So there we go. We've started on our Dirt Excavator, and we'll obviously pick this up in the next video. I hope you enjoyed that. We will see you again soon. Don't forget to check out pigstv.com for all this, as it normally puts it on the front. And we will see you again. Take care. Bye for now.